And welcome back to Calhoun County's Most Wanted, the program where you get to help make Calhoun County a better and safer place. I'm your host, Chris Wright, along with, this is going to sound weird, Sheriff Matthew Wade. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. It does still sound a little weird. People say sheriff. I look over my shoulder looking for Sheriff Amerson, but it's been a good week. You know, it's been busy, and that's good. We like to get out and do things, but it's all been positive so far. And, you know, come to the show this morning, and I'm sitting here thinking, you know, how many did we arrest today? And our viewers are trying to put me out of business because they arrested 12 people. I mean, you know, I appreciate the hard work you're doing, and we can get them all. Let's get them all.
Yeah, we couldn't get them all on the screen here. We got so many arrested this week.
But the count's up to 3,823 people that are in jail because people were willing to get involved. And as working at the sheriff's office, now being the responsible party as sheriff, I need people's help. I want their help. I want it to be a community effort, and I want to. When we do good, we want to tell you. We do bad, we'll fess up to it, but we got to have their help and involvement for our community to be safer.
And just because the responsibility rests with you doesn't mean there's any way that you could possibly do the job without help from all areas.
All areas, the public, you know, and I like to talk about we when I talk about the sheriff's office, because being sheriff, you're not never going to be successful in life unless there's other people there to help you. And the team that we have at the sheriff's office is a good group of people, and they work hard each and every day for the citizens, and they take it personal. People don't really understand that, but when somebody's house gets burglarized, that deputy's there, he really wants to solve it. It's a personal thing that they want to do to help people.
Did Sheriff Amerson forget and come into work on Monday morning? Or?
No, he didn't come into work on Monday morning, but I'll tell you this, I drove right into work, parked in my usual spot, walked into my usual office, which was not the sheriff's office, or the sheriff's parking spot. So today was my second day on the job, and I pulled up to the parking spot and thought, well, this is still not the right spot. But, you know, I am the sheriff, but I am Matthew, most importantly, and I want to be available to people. And everybody at the office has been kind and gentle to me, and business is going on just as it was last week. It's going on this week, and we're trying to look for ways to help people.
You know that honeymoon period is going to come to an end, right?
Very quickly. I do understand that, and I do understand that the honeymoon period, you know, but we'll try our best to be honest, upright, and serve others, and we'll see where that takes us.
All right. Well, it's going to take us to the lineup here in just a few minutes. We need to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have the first half of this week's lineup and some great information for parents here on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.
Ford brand has always brought you impressive style and legendary quality, and Sonny King Ford brings you the lowest price and the largest inventory, new or pre-owned. The new 2015 F-150 gets the best gas mileage of any truck without giving up its powerful towing capacity. The iconic new 2015 Mustang, with its classic pony car looks and hunkered down stance, preserves a legacy that defines American motoring. For over 93 years, Sonny King Ford, for the best cars and best price.
Amazing grace.
How sweet the sound that saved
a crackhead, drug addict,
alcoholic, meth freak,
a wretch like me.
I once was
Homeless,
broken, sad,
just lost.
but now I am
sober,
happy.
I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
Every day, shattered lives are restored thanks to the goods you donate to the Salvation Army.
AOD Federal Credit Union. You already know their friendly staff and great loan products. So here's reason number 8 to choose AOD FCU, a new all-platinum Visa credit card. Call 1-800-637-0299 or visit AODFCU.com to start earning 1% cash back on purchases. Your good credit earns you a better rate. A new Platinum Visa card. Another reason you belong at AOD Federal Credit Union.
I have a lot of land that I have to keep up. I'd recommend Mahindra. I've never had any trouble with mine. Like I said, I do a lot of bush hogging. I do a lot of garden tilling. The service department has been great. Every time I've ever called or needed anything done, they have done it for me.
Hey folks, come see us at Foothills Tractor. We're your one-stop shop for anything you need. Locally owned, locally operated, give you the best customer service guaranteed.
And welcome to this week's edition of Calhoun County's Most Wanted. First up on our lineup this week, Landon Snyder. Mr. Snyder, last known to be living in Anniston, he's wanted for robbery first with serious physical injury and theft of property first of a motor vehicle. We really need your help in finding him. And the next person, Summer Fowler, last known to be living in Alexandria. She is also wanted for robbery first with serious physical injury and theft of property first motor vehicle. They were working together. These two people, we really need your help in tracking them down. So next up in our lineup here, we have Trevor Sanders. Mr. Sanders, last known to be living in Weaver. He's wanted for receiving stolen property first, reckless endangerment, attempt to elude. His bond's been revoked on attempting to elude, reckless endangerment, and resisting arrest. Also receiving stolen property first. And take a look at Joyce Rollins. Miss Rollins, last known to be living in Oxford. She's wanted for failure to pay on writing multiple bad checks. And this is Charles Hanners. Mr. Hanners, last known to be living in Wellington. He's wanted for cruelty to animals. And last up for the first half of our lineup, Jamie Collins. Mr. Collins, last known to be living in Hobson City. He's wanted for failure to appear on obstruction of justice by using a false ID, drug paraphernalia possession, and possession of marijuana first. Also, bond revocation on possession of marijuana first and drug paraphernalia. And that's it for the first half of the lineup. Stay tuned for the second half later in the show.
All right, we are back on Calhoun County's Most Wanted. More bad guys coming up in just a few minutes. We'll have the Crime Stopper segment of the show coming up as well, and our Crazy Criminal of the Week. But right now we want to welcome Haley Roberts onto the show. Good to see you, Haley.
Nice to see you, too.
And Haley is with an organization called Help Me Grow, which obviously Matthew and I don't need. We've been doing plenty of growing.
Round is a shape. It is. You know, we could talk to John about maybe that. He needs to grow up. I've got the growing out part down.
Right. So Haley, tell me about Help Me Grow. What do you do?
Help Me Grow is an information and referral line to connect parents and providers to information about child development and community resources in their area.
And you do more than just connect them with the information, right? When people, they'll call into 211 saying, hey, I need some help here. And 211 will direct them to you, and then you're helping them get the services and not just handing it off and saying, here you go, here's a number to call. You're actually staying connected with these kids and parents or providers and making sure that the services are delivered, right?
Right. It's more case management than just referral. And I'll stay with the family until the child is 8 years, until their 9th birthday. So all the way up through their 8th year of life.
All right. So what are some of the services that parents are connecting with you for? What are you able to deliver to these families?
The biggest one is our developmental screening tool called the Ages and Stages Questionnaire. It's basically just a survey where the parent can rate how well their children perform different everyday tasks for their age group, and then I score it in relation to developmental milestones for that age. And if there's any areas of concern, we share the results with their child's pediatrician or other community agencies that would benefit the problem.
And that's really important because when you bring that kid home, this is your child, it's not everybody else's child, this is different. It's your child, and you're not sure exactly, okay, I'm really pleased with what he or she is doing here. I love this, I love that, I'm a little bit worried about this. Is it normal? You just don't know, right? A lot of times you don't know what your child should be doing at certain ages, and you can help with that.
Right, and if they're not interested in the developmental screening tool, we offer just a general information on development for each age group as well.
So what are some things, when people are calling in, they're concerned about the development, what are some things that they're noticing that other parents need to look out for or maybe not worry about?
I've had a few concerns, like with gross motor skills. People think their children should be walking, running, jumping when they're like 2 or 3 months old, and that's really unrealistic. You have to be more realistic about your child's age and just being informed on the developmental milestones for each age group. And we can help with that just by educating the parents and then working with the children on different tasks.
But if my son's going to be the quarterback at Alabama, I need him to be running by age 2.
Wow.
My kid come home, I looked in the car seat for the instruction manual. I couldn't find it. And when they started crying, there wasn't a button on the back to to cut it off. I don't know, we had to figure that out. That's pretty tough right there. So.
Yeah, and kids develop it at different paces. I know, for example, my nephew, several years ago, my brother lives up in Illinois, and his second son was a late talker. He didn't start talking until after normal kids would start talking. So there was some concern. They ended up getting Malcolm into a special school that the state had. It was a special preschool, really good school, and because he had not started talking yet, the state paid for him to go to this preschool. And about 2 weeks after he's there, he starts talking, and now it's obvious that his intelligence is off the charts. He's a very intelligent child. You just don't know, and you shouldn't get overly concerned, but you do need to be aware and start looking at things if they're outside of the normal curve.
Right.
And you can help people figure that out and then connect them as well with the people who can help make a change in that.
Yes.
All right. Now, is this something that you say you work with the kids up until their 9th birthday, so you probably get pretty connected and pretty close to some of these kids, don't you?
Yes, we do.
And a big help for the parents, I'm sure. So, again, what are some of the questions that these parents have for you about how they can help their children?
Usually just general, like developmental questions, but then we also have referrals for the family as well. Like this morning, I had a family call who needed assistance with transportation, so I can also connect people to resources for the whole family, not just one child or a few children in particular. It's for the whole family as a unit, helping them thrive.
All right, Sheriff, it's so important to have help for these parents, because so many parents today just really don't have everything they need, and the community needs these kids to have the
I'm
support.
speaking from myself. I don't think any parent is prepared and has everything they need when you first get a child, nor when the child's 15. I have 15 and 12-year-old, and they're great children, and not cause me a minute's problem, but to say that I have everything I need, you're always looking to make sure that you're doing what you can to give your children the best possible chance at success. And success is not just making money or having a good job. It's about being good people and having the opportunity to live a fruitful life. And I think that's what everybody wants, is for their children to be safe and be successful in having a good life. And those things change each and every day with technology and with everything that parents and children face. So I don't think none of us have all that we need. So getting help is the smart thing to do.
Absolutely. But we need to take a quick break, and we'll be right back in just a few minutes with more with Haley to talk about Help You Grow here on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.
Ready for a new ride? Get ready for Rig. I'm Rig A. Marole, and I am ready with all the fancy jargon, made-up expenses, marketing gimmicks, and flat-out lies that you've come to expect when you go car shopping. You want to pay way too much for a piece of junk like this? Get a load of me, Rig A. Marole, at your neighborhood used car dealer. I'll have you marolling off this lot in your new vehicle.
I'm Marty Boyles, and I guarantee no rigmarole here at Jacksonville Auto Sales. Just good cars and trucks at fair prices. We're in Jacksonville across from Walmart, or find us on the web at jascars.com. Remember, Jacksonville Auto Sales, home of the no rigmarole deal.
I have a lot of land that I have to keep up. I'd recommend Mahindra. I've never had any trouble with mine. Like I said, I do a lot of bush hogging. I do a lot of garden tilling. The service department has been great. Every time I've ever called or needed anything done, they have done it for me.
Hey folks, come see us at Foothills Tractor. We're your one-stop shop for anything you need. Locally owned, locally operated, give you the best customer service guaranteed.
Amazing grace.
How sweet the sound that saved
A crackhead, drug addict, alcoholic, meth freak, a wretch like me.
I once was.
Homeless.
Broken. Sad.
Just lost.
but now I am sober.
Happy.
I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
Every day, shattered lives are restored thanks to the goods you donate to the Salvation Army.
The Ford brand has always brought you impressive style and legendary quality, and Sonny King Ford brings you the lowest price and the largest inventory, new or pre-owned. The new 2015 F-150 gets the best gas mileage of any truck without giving up its powerful towing capacity. The iconic new 2015 Mustang, with its classic pony car looks and hunkered down stance, preserves a legacy that defines American motoring. For over 93 years, Sonny King Ford, for the best cars and best price.
And welcome to the second half of our lineup. First up this half, Roosevelt Parker. Mr. Parker, last known to be living in Anniston. He's wanted for failure to pay on manslaughter. And this is Sheila McLaughlin. Miss McLaughlin, last known to be living in Anniston. She's wanted for failure to appear on possession of marijuana second. And meet Tamika Green. Miss Green, last known to be living in Anniston. She's wanted for probation violation on robbery first. And this is Cayman Dennis. Mr. Dennis, last known to be living in Gadsden. He's wanted for possession and receipt of a controlled substance. And take a look at Stephen Singleton. Mr. Singleton, last known to be living in Oxford. He's wanted for failure to appear on possession and receipt of a controlled substance. And last up in our lineup this week, Darrell Davis. Mr. Davis, last known to be living in Homewood. He's wanted for failure to appear on theft of property second ×3. And that's it for our lineup this week. If you happen to know the whereabouts of these folks, please give Crime Stoppers a call at 256-238-1414.
Crime Stoppers segment of the show coming up here in just a few minutes, but right now we're talking with Haley Roberts from Help Me Grow. And I'm sorry, I keep getting it confused in my head. Is it Help Me Grow or is it Help You Grow?
Help Me Grow.
I think I said Help You as we were going into the break, but it's a relatively new program in Alabama, so we'll get used to it, right?
Right, hopefully.
You say this started out in Utah originally?
Yes, our national center is in Utah, and then it's been adopted in many other states. It came to Alabama in 2011. However, it's only been statewide since December of 2015.
And it's so important to have resources to help parents today, because sometimes the parents that need it the most for their children are the ones that have the least time and resources to search out all of the help, and sometimes the least awareness that help is out there.
Right.
So they can just call 211 and 211 will get them connected with you. But you don't just deal with the parents either. You're also working with pediatricians and teachers and such, right?
Yes, we've been doing a lot of outreach to try to get our pediatricians and daycares and just different community providers aware of Help Me Grow, because we can receive referrals from anybody. It doesn't just have to be 211. So having those doctors and pediatricians and teachers on board will just really spread the awareness, and we'll be able to help a lot more children and families in our area.
So you mentioned staying with the child up until their 9th birthday, but you start early on in life potentially. So what if somebody's actually connected through Help Me Grow for several years, what might that progression be like? How are you going to stay connected along the way?
Just continuous follow-ups, and then just making sure there's always improvement, because there's always areas people can improve on. So just staying in touch with the family, just walking with them through life, and if anything comes up, helping them with that. And you had mentioned the earlier the better, and we actually provide services prenatally. So even if women are expecting, we can go ahead and link up with them and start providing them with Help Me Grow as soon as they find out that they are pregnant.
All right, so I guess that's about the right time to be starting. I'm not going to connect my kids yet, but once you know there's a child on the way, you need all the help you can get, don't you, Matthew?
And you're trying to get me in trouble. I'm not going to make any comments on that whatsoever.
All right. So Haley, if people want to find out more about Help Me Grow, you do have a website as well, right?
We do. It is helpmegrowalabama.org. We also have a Facebook page, Help Me Grow Alabama. And then if anyone has any other questions or just wants to learn more about Help Me Grow, they can reach me and send me an email at helpmegrowec@uwoec.org.
All right. So far, have you had any real success stories where you've seen kids that have just really had some great success after being introduced to the program?
We've been able to work with several different families and connect them to much needed resources in their area. We can help people, especially with the cooler weather coming. I've had a few calls about utility assistance, getting that gas going, because we don't want any of our kids to be cold at home. So that is.
So it's not just about recognizing that your child has some specific needs. It could be the needs that everybody has, but this parent's just not able to provide.
Right.
All right, so all the different help that can be out there, provided in lots of different ways, and somebody there to stay connected along the way. You don't make a phone call and then get forgotten.
Right, because we don't want anyone to fall between the cracks.
Wow.
So, very good. And that just really does happen a lot of these times, Matthew. People, they make some initial contact somewhere reaching out for help, but whatever happens, something happens and they don't quite get where they need to be, and they get frustrated and they give up, don't they?
They do, and that's something that anybody that's with a servant's heart don't want to happen. So that's a powerful statement that they made. So it's not like you need some help, you should call them.
Absolutely. So you can call 211, or you can find out more information through the website or the Facebook page, and just get in touch. And Haley, we look forward to seeing the fruits of your labors here in this community for years to come.
Me too. Thank you.
All right. We are going to go ahead and take a break, and when we come back, we will have the Crime Stoppers segment of the show, and we'll talk about our crazy criminal of the week as well in just a few moments here on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.
AOD Federal Credit Union. You already know their friendly staff and great loan products. So here's reason number 8 to choose AOD FCU, a new all-platinum Visa credit card. Call 1-800-637-0299 or visit AODFCU.com to start earning 1% cash back on purchases. Your good credit earns you a better rate. A new Platinum Visa card. Another reason you belong at AOD Federal Credit Union.
I have a lot of land that I have to keep up. I'd recommend Mahindra. I've never had any trouble with mine. Like I said, I do a lot of bush hogging. I do a lot of garden tilling. The service department has been great. Every time I've ever called or needed anything done, they have done it for me.
Hey folks, come see us at Foothills Tractor. We're your one-stop shop for anything you need. Locally owned, locally operated, give you the best customer service guaranteed.
Amazing grace.
How sweet the sound that saved
A crackhead, drug addict, alcoholic, meth freak,
a wretch like me.
I once was.
Homeless,
Broken. Sad.
just lost,
but now I am.
sober.
Happy.
I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
Every day, shattered lives are restored thanks to the goods you donate to the Salvation Army.
The Ford brand has always brought you impressive style and legendary quality, and Sonny King Ford brings you the lowest price and the largest inventory, new or pre-owned. The new 2015 F-150 gets the best gas mileage of any truck without giving up its powerful towing capacity. The iconic new 2015 Mustang, with its classic pony car looks and hunkered down stance, preserves a legacy that defines American motoring. For over 93 years, Sonny King Ford, for the best cars and best price.
And welcome to the Crime Stoppers portion of our show, where we ask you to put your deer stalkers on and help our investigators with these cases. On Monday, September 26th at 2:30 p.m., a residence at 6002 Sachs Road was burglarized. A neighbor witnessed an older model gold Ford Explorer or Expedition driven by a middle-aged white male. The suspect broke into the residence and stole televisions, laptops, and a bunch of other stuff. On September 23rd, forklift forks were stolen from a business on Jennifer Lane in Oxford. And sometime between September 24th and September 26th, a vehicle was broken into on Gladden Lane West in Alexandria. They got away with a bunch of power tools. Sometime between September 19th and September 24th, this residence on Bow Lane in Wellington was broken into. They got away with jewelry and 2 horse saddles. And sometime between August 1st and September 24th, this residence on Circle Drive in Oxford was broken into. They got off with some copper wiring. And last up on our caseload this week, on September 26th, This business, located on Quintard Avenue in Anniston, was broken into. They got away with a bunch of Newport cigarettes. And that's it for our Crime Stoppers portion this week. If you have any information on these cases, please contact Crime Stoppers at 256-238-1414. Remember, we want your information and not your name.
Stupid! You're so stupid!
Once again, we're going to talk about a creepy clown.
Oh my goodness, I'm so sick of clowns.
This time, the clown may have saved a teacher's life.
Okay, let's hear it.
We got a 13-year-old, I believe it's in Virginia, that decided she didn't like her teacher. So she finds somebody who has a picture of a creepy clown as their profile picture on Instagram and says, this person will help me, and approaches the person on Instagram asking them to kill her teacher.
Well, first and foremost, asking somebody to kill somebody that you don't even know, I mean,
not a bright move. This is obviously a disturbed 13-year-old, and we don't want to pick on her too much, but the individual that had, it's a good opportunity to look at. Appearances can be deceiving. A creepy clown as their profile picture does not mean somebody is actually going to be willing to go out and do creepy things, and whoever this person is contacted 911, and the situation has now been resolved. The teacher is safe. So, hats off to this creepy clown. I don't necessarily like your profile picture, but you did the right thing here.
Absolutely.
And I believe you had something else you wanted to bring up before the show's over.
Last week we showed a cold case. Want to bring it back up again on Hollingsworth Drive back in January. A guy was at home when somebody did a home invasion on him and stole a large sum of cash out of his house. So we're still trying to work leads on that, and he had a large sum of $2 bills. So if anybody knows somebody who had a large sum of $2 bills, from January to now, trying to get rid of them, that would be something that we would be interested in, try to solve this case. So.
Somebody knows something about that. Somebody has encountered somebody that's passing a bunch of $2 bills around. That's not a common thing. That's a real solid clue. It's not necessarily tangible evidence to get somebody convicted on, but it can lead to it.
If anybody's got any information on that, you can call Crime Stoppers or you call us to Sheriff's Office. We're just looking for any tips that might help us solve that crime.
And you can get some dollar bills of your own that won't get you into trouble. We need your information, not your name. 238-1414 is the number for Crime Stoppers. We're about out of time, but congratulations on your first few days as sheriff, and look forward to many years.
We'll work hard for you.
All right, we'll be looking for you again next week, but hopefully not in the lineup on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.
AOD Federal Credit Union. You already know their friendly staff and great loan products. So here's reason number 8 to choose AOD FCU, a new all-platinum Visa credit card. Call 1-800-637-0299 or visit AODFCU.com to start earning 1% cash back on purchases. Your good credit earns you a better rate. A new Platinum Visa card. Another reason you belong at AOD Federal Credit Union.
Ready for a new ride? Get ready for Rig. I'm Rig A. Marole, and I am ready with all the fancy jargon, made-up expenses, marketing gimmicks, and flat-out lies that you've come to expect when you go car shopping. You want to pay way too much for a piece of junk like this? Get a load of me, Rig A. Marole, at your neighborhood used car dealer. I'll have you marolling off this lot in your new vehicle.
I'm Marty Boyles, and I guarantee no rigmarole here at Jacksonville Auto Sales. Just good cars and trucks at fair prices. We're in Jacksonville across from Walmart, or find us on the web at jascars.com. Remember, Jacksonville Auto Sales, home of the no rigmarole deal.